My money is never going to turn into millions of dollars. I actually have to do something with it.
What is the financial services business? What is that exactly, and what does that entail?
So when we sit down with somebody, we see where they're at, where they want to get to, then we come up with a plan on how to help them reach, those goals.
There's got to be a downside. There's always downsides. There's nothing that's like, so come on, give me the real idea. There's nothing that's perfect.
But I want to do that when I do have kids. Like, I want that type of lifestyle to just it's Tuesday, we're at the park. I'm not taking any phone calls. Like,
we give them an opportunity and we give them hope, for their future, because it's like, yeah, I'm going to work, but you go to work to pay bills and I don't really have, anything left.
I know, I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, what's the point of this? Go work, go home. Go work,
exactly.
Go home. Andrew and Brittany Farag, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Andrew. Appreciate you.
I'm in the real estate and the real estate of mind.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Real Estate of Mind podcast. We're at episode 18 now, so I was just telling one of my guests here that we've made it to episode 18, so kind of a big deal for me. We're getting up to episode 20, which is a big deal in the podcast world. I was telling you that's like, it's a breaking point for a lot of podcasts, so we're almost there. Episode 18 today, guys. If you guys are looking to learn about the financial services business, kind of how to get started, if it's a good field for you, and if you guys want to get into it and kind of how lucrative it can be. I know there's a lot of millionaires and possibly billionaires that are in this field. Today I got two, I consider them experts in the field. Andrew and Brittany Farag, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Andrew. Appreciate you.
No, of course. So as usual, I get into my guest's background, and we'll talk about kind of where you've been, where you're at now, and where you're going. So
okay.
So if you want to introduce yourself, I guess each of you guys could start. Andrew.
Sure. Yeah. No, my name is Andrew Farag, and I've actually was not born here, in America. I was born in Egypt. So my parents migrated here to America in January of '94. And, for two reasons. They wanted my sister and I to go to school and to get, a better education and just freedom. We didn't have as much freedom, back in Egypt. So came here to America, and they gave me three options when I came to school. You're either going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. And I was like, oh, man. Yeah. So went down the engineering path, got my degree in civil engineering. And I thought that's what I was going to do, for the rest of my life. But quickly realized just sitting behind a desk and looking at plans and codes all day just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I have family members and friends who are engineers. They love what they do. But I wanted something more. So I knew I wanted to start a business. Never in a million years I would have thought it would have been in this industry. But my wife, Brittany, and I, we got started 10 years ago. And just, so it's been quite some time.
It's been a long time now. I didn't think you were in the business for that long.
Yeah,
wow.
10 years. And just started sitting down with people and just seeing how their lives, can change. And building, our agency now. We have over 100, licensed agents, on our team. And it's just been awesome just seeing, families' lives being changed, but at the same time, seeing our associates, seeing their lives, being changed. And, a lot of people, they work hard for their money, but they don't understand how to make their money, work hard for them. So it's just been awesome, being in the field and just working alongside, with Brittany. It's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brittany, what's
so
a little background on you?
Yeah, definitely. I came from the fitness industry. So I was known as Fitness Brit. Okay. I taught all these different classes.
Do you still have your Instagram name?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But I was just at this place in my career where I graduated college. I was working in the fitness world, working my way up the corporate ladder, and I reached a glass ceiling. And there was no more room for growth. I wasn't going to make any more money than what I was already making. I was 25 years old, and I was very ambitious. I still have a lot of drive and work ethic. And I just felt like, what am I doing with my life? I was like, what am I striving for? Because I have to always strive for something. I can't just reach a place and then that's it. For me, I have to always strive. And so I remember like asking like friends and family, like, what should I do? What do you think I should do? And some people said, go to school. Some people told me
This is after college,
this
though.
is after
So
college.
go get like
go
a master's
back,
or something.
get a master's. And then some people told me, try a different corporate office and try a different industry. And I was just like scared because I didn't know what.
Yeah.
Because growing up, my parents always said, work smart, not hard. Get your money to make you money. So I understood concepts like that. My parents are business owners, entrepreneurs. And the idea of starting a business was always great, except I was like, I don't know what business I would start. I don't even have money to start a business. Like, how am I ever going to do this?
Right.
But what happened was we went to a How Money Works seminar with our company, and I loved the financial concepts that they talked about because I didn't have anything set up for my finances. And I was just saving money in the bank, hoping and praying like one day it's going to lead to like millions of dollars. And then I see this like financial seminar, and I'm like, oh, my money is never going to turn into millions of dollars. I actually have to do something with it.
Right.
And so I sat down with an associate who gave me a financial strategy and plan on what to do, how to hit my goals and dreams. And so I was excited about that. Told my parents about it. They saw the information. They're like, this is awesome. They're like, Brittany, you should consider like learning what they do. And so I started to work with the company part-time.
What company is this?
It's World Financial Group.
Oh, where you guys are at now?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
We'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah.
And I just like, I wouldn't, like Andrew, I would have never seen myself in this industry, especially because I was Fitness Brit. Like I was nowhere near the, like someone in the financial industry.
Yeah.
But what I loved was that this company was able to like coach me, mentor me, train me to learn everything we need to know in order to be successful. And I ended up just falling in love with how we help people and how we make an impact. And it felt good to like relieve someone of their financial stress. And then after that, I went full time and we became brokers, and now we've been, like Andrew said, been in the industry for 10 years, and it's a lot of fun just helping people achieve their goals and dreams, teaching our associates like how to help families, and just seeing people's lives change.
Yeah.
No, that's a great story, and appreciate all that background. But for people listening right now and they're hearing financial services, even me a little bit, I mean, I know I have a pretty decent background, but like, what is the financial services business? What is that exactly, and what does that entail?
Yeah, so the financial industry, it's like it's huge, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's many like different things people can do when it comes to their finances. A lot of people have their goals, right? Like people have their short-term goals, they have like their midterm goals and long-term goals. So it really just depends where somebody is today, what their goals are, and then we have hundreds of different products that we can offer people. So it really just depends what somebody wants. Right? So when we sit down with somebody, we see where they're at, where they want to get to, then we come up with a plan on how to help them reach, those goals. So that's in a nutshell pretty much, what we do,
Just helping people essentially, like you said, reach their financial goals. Obviously, but you need money to reach your financial goals.
Yep.
And then you're in a field that can also be pretty, like, what do you guys think about your field in terms of growth? If I was, young Brit today, would you advise young Brit in today's world? I don't know about the regulations and stuff. Maybe regulations have changed. Would you advise somebody that's a young person to join this business today?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm right now coaching and mentoring my sister, who I'm a twin. It's my twin sister. And she is a very successful hairstylist in LA, makes multiple six figures. And she is looking for something else.
She makes multiple six figures.
Doing hair.
Multiple six figures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very successful at it.
Doing hair?
Yeah, she's very successful at it.
Wow. She's like a celebrity stylist or something.
I don't really know her clientele, but I know it's, they're up there.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And but for her, it's backbreaking work. And she starts at a salon, gets really good, becomes the best, wants a pay increase. They don't want to give it to her. She has to go somewhere else. And so she's like, I want something else, but I don't know if I fully want to leave the hair industry. So what's awesome about the company we work with is a lot of our associates start off part-time. Like for me, if someone told me, oh, you have to leave the fitness world and do this full time, I don't think I would have done that, because I'm like, I don't even know if I like this industry. I don't even know if I like what they do. But what's awesome about what we do is you can start off part-time. You can get your feet wet, and then you can start to make your transition to go full-time. And we have a lot of associates who do that, and they're successful and they're living their dream life, and it's just so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I think the timing now compared to when we got started is way better.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I guess we were coming out of the financial crisis, basically.
Correct.
Financial crisis, but also Zoom, like
Yeah.
more technology.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
had it, but you're right. After the pandemic, literally everybody's using Zoom.
Yeah.
So all
Absolutely.
of your not all, but you
Yeah, a
can
lot of them
easily
are on
do them
Zoom.
on Zoom.
Oh,
Yeah, so instead of having to drive, like say an hour to go meet with a client, sit down with them, say for about an hour, and then drive back, to the office, an hour. So instead of 3 hours, we could probably do like 3-4 appointments on Zoom in the same amount of time. So
Yeah.
just the timing now, and especially with everything, the state of the economy and everything going on, in the economy right now, people eyes are lit up and open now to like, oh man, I better, be prepared for my future because they just don't know, what's going to happen. And, it's just the timing now, honestly, from when we got started 10 years ago, has never, been better. So,
Well, anyway, speaking about timing, going back to your sister's story that you're talking about, you said you're mentoring her. How as a new person into the field, your sister, how is she doing? And is she the typical story?
Oh yeah, for sure. She's the typical story, and it's funny because yes, I've been in the industry for 10 years, and she's been a client for a long time.
She's been watching you kind of.
And she's
I'm
been
talking
watching
to you
me
all the time.
But she never really ever really oh hey so tell me exactly what is it that you do? Yes, she was a client, she knows that, but she's never seen how we develop our associates. And she's loving it because she's also someone who likes to learn and strive. And I honestly believe most people want to learn if they're given a path and a coach and a mentor. They'll want to learn if if they're given the guidance. And she's doing she's kicking butt right now, and it's really, really cool to see it.
yeah.
And it's not because she's my sister. It's literally because she's I want something different. I'm willing to learn. We're willing to coach her and mentor her. And she's okay, yeah, this is a lot of fun. Maybe I'll transition, maybe I won't into your industry. She's I don't know, but she's just having fun learning.
And making that extra.
And making extra money.
Absolutely.
That helps a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So also I was just talking to you about kind of the residuals, and something that I'm not, a big fan of my industry is that it's very transactional. It's you have to get a deal, you have to close a deal, or else you're not making money. So, are you allowed to talk about that a little bit in terms of the residual, how the pay structure works a little bit, and how you're able to, get clients that you can, I hate to say it, but kind of live off of a little bit throughout time, so you don't have to literally grind your way to 1 million clients.
Yeah, because in our industry too, it's it's a long-term relationship, right? So with our clients. So when we help somebody today, they're at a certain point today, but at the same time, every single year we meet up with them just to make sure they're still getting closer and closer to reaching their goals. So why we're able to get paid, residual income, with our clients, it's just, the products, the products that we offer. There's, trails and renewals. So every single year that client has their policy in place, then we get, compensated through the companies, that we represent just for them having that. So I would say that. And then that's why it's pretty cool, because it's clients that we sat down with, 10 years ago, we're still getting compensated, on them today. Wow. So it's pretty awesome.
At the same time, we still maintain that relationship.
Correct.
It's not just
you're still providing value to that person, basically.
See you later. No, we're still meeting up with them and making sure you good? Anything change? Have babies, change jobs, move to a different state, different city, anything happen.
Yeah.
So we still, we're still providing that value.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, can you talk a little bit about the actual products? You said you have a ton of products. Can you talk about some of the main products that you guys sell?
So one product that we sell right now, it's big product, is an IUL. So it's an indexed universal life policy. So there's, life insurance attached to cash value. So somebody can have insurance, and sometimes people are I don't really care about the insurance, but the cash value in an indexed account, you have a floor, you have a guarantee that if the market goes down, you're not losing any money. But But at the same time, if the market goes up, you can capture all the upside, of the market, which is pretty cool. So somebody, gets protection on their life, gets protection on their money. And also, too, they can get a long-term care, which, people are going to need long-term care. We're only getting older, not younger. So down the road, if somebody gets, like, say, as they get older, if they need hospice or they need help, like, they can utilize, some of that.
So that's the, you said, what was it?
IUL. Index Universal Life Policy.
Index Universal Life Policy. Because I was actually kind of researching that field, the elderly care field, where, because everybody's going to need it. So I already forgot the name. IUL. IUL. Literally. Say it again?
Index Universal Life.
Index Universal Life. And that's the policy that, obviously, so it has a limit, but it obviously goes up and down with the market. But
it doesn't go down.
It doesn't go down. So this is just like guaranteed money.
Correct.
So why doesn't everybody do this?
Because most people aren't aware of it. The traditional industry doesn't.
There's got to be a downside. There's always downsides. There's nothing that's like. So come on, give me the real idea. There's nothing that's perfect. There's got to be. I'm sure it sounds like a great product, but there's got to be negatives to it. I assume the negative is the high premium. I mean.
Yeah, well, it just depends. It has each person's like situation's different. So. The cost of it is, like it could be high, but it just really depends on each individual. But yeah, I mean, it's what would you say, Brett?
What would be a negative
downside?
about?
I think for some people, the negative is that it is attached to life insurance.
Yeah, that's one thing I would say.
And you have to pay it for life, or no?
Not necessarily. It depends how you want to set. Yeah, how you can structure it.
So you can structure where I don't have to pay for life, kind of like a term.
Correct.
I mean, I got a term policy. I didn't want to get the index because I wanted to invest my own money. I didn't want an insurance company in charge of my stock portfolio, basically. Mm-hmm. And I think also when you're in these type of products, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm limited to what I can invest in, or they invest for me, and you don't really have access to what you can. I can't like be like, oh, I want to buy 100 Teslas. I think that you're limited to certain, the financial services, the regulations limit you to certain funds, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what so those are the two things I didn't like about it when I was sitting down with my agent like 5 years ago or something like that when I got this. And I'm sure there's fees attached to it and all this.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, anything like
anything
you said,
there's fees. I was like, I'll just do it myself. I kind of like stocks and I like looking at the market and things like that. So I guess that's what I'm saying. So it might not be for everybody.
Correct.
But I did get a term. I did get a term.
Yeah.
Because I will, but my term's gonna run out. So a term policies where I have it for a term and then it runs out, but I got to pay every year. And I was telling the guy when I was getting my insurance, I was like, I actually just want insurance.
Right.
I'm looking for insurance. I'm not looking for some type of investment vehicle.
Yeah.
So that's what. So I guess I would be a different kind of client.
Yeah. I mean, terms are good too, and they're a lot less expensive. But at the same time, the term, it's like, it's kind of like leasing versus owning, right? So you're kind of like having it for a certain amount of time. But at the same time, once, that time expires, then it's like to try to get a policy, once that term expires, it's going to be significantly, more.
No, I know. Yeah, I know.
So
I
that's
wasn't the typical client. I was telling him, I was like, like I said, I just want insurance because I want to, by the time I believe it's my late 50s when this thing is going to run out. I was like, by that time, I hope to be financially secure where I don't need to rely on anything else other than what I've built up myself. So that's why it wasn't good for me. But you guys are able to tailor products.
Correct.
To kind of fit everybody's needs, and that's kind of what I
absolutely.
What I like. Obviously, I went through your presentation. I saw some of what you guys have to offer, and that's what I really like, that you're able to kind of,
cater it,
tailor it, whatever you want to call it, a la carte. Whatever you want to do. So, no, that was really good. Now, tell me a little bit about the company you're working for now. I feel like they've been in business a long time. Why did you choose that company? And tell me a little bit about your business.
Yeah. Well, we chose it, I think, really because couple reasons. The culture. It's very supportive. And I came from a world where it wasn't supportive. It's not like, oh, let me help you. It's get your own, I'm going to figure mine out, and that's it. But I think culture, and that this is anywhere you go, like, is so important. If you can connect with the culture that the company has, then you'll be really happy there. And so I think the culture and the mentorship, like, I remember the couple who, and they still coach us and mentor us, but I just remember looking at them thinking, like, I want what they have.
Yeah.
I want the life that they have. And if they're willing to teach me how to get it, I am willing to listen to them. Because growing up, my parents always said, okay, whatever you do in life, look at the people who've been doing it for 10, 20 years. If they have the life that you want, and if you like their life, then you follow that path. If you don't, then that's not the right path for you. Right. And so I remember looking at the people
That's
who
great.
mentored
Yeah,
us.
that was great right there.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, like, man, like, they worked Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesdays and Thursdays. They were with their kids all day, and like they were just like living the dream. Like their kids were little. They're still little. They have 4 now. They had 2 when we got started.
Yeah.
And they were just like during the summer taking their kids to the beach, and like taking them to the park, and just like spending time with them. And I just remember thinking, dang, that's so cool, because I mean, I don't have kids, but I just remember thinking, like, but I want to do that when I do have kids. Like, I want that type of lifestyle to just, like, it's Tuesday, we're at the park. I'm not taking any phone calls. Like, having
You can just
options.
do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just do that.
It's pretty cool.
You just kind of set your own schedule.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And I like that was a good nugget. I call them golden nuggets.
Yeah.
That was a good little, So you want to, that was what your parents told you. You want to look at other people and live that kind of lifestyle. So what kind of lifestyle are you living? How's that, are you guys still grinding away, or do you guys time block like this lady was doing?
Yeah, no, we still
Yeah.
time block. I mean, I would, if I don't, I would work all day long. Like, I just love it. I love working.
Brittany would. I wouldn't.
He doesn't. He needs fun. He's like all fun. I'm like, working is fun. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I just enjoy working, but that's just me. But we do make time for like date nights.
Correct.
We do take time to like spend with our parents. Like usually Sundays, it's either we're at his mom's house, or parents' house, I should say, or my parents' house, or Saturdays we're with like his family or my family. Yeah. And then we also make sure we have like time for each other, and like our mornings are very sacred. Like it's work out, read the Bible together, and then like
beautiful.
get ready for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So,
but no kids yet though. So
no kids yet.
It was actually that you were kind of touching on it, but it was something that I wanted to talk about, which is a subject I like to talk about, that husband and wife working together. Because now you guys are working together, living together, playing together, laughing. Like you guys spend any time apart? No, I'm just I'm joking, but just
no, I'm just kidding.
But just I guess talk about that. Talk a little bit about your dynamics in working together, because I know some people that do work together, and some people that have had really problems working with their wives and things like that, because it's just too much together. So do you guys separate your business, or go ahead?
I mean, like she said, we both have different personalities. Like we're opposite personalities. Like I mean, I love to work. I've always loved to work ever since I was a kid. I would just go with my dad. Like just follow him like around, like from garage sales, to from back in the day. So I was always an entrepreneur, at heart. So I love to work, but at the same time, it's like there's like a balance, right, between like work-life balance. But working together now, with Brittany, it's pretty cool because we have our office. We go to the office every day. But at the same time, like she does her thing. I do my thing with certain things. We'll work together. So it's a pretty cool dynamic, and I have strengths that she doesn't have, and she has strengths that I don't have. So we just like look at that and utilize each other's strengths rather than like, hey, like I'm not her manager, she's not my manager. Like, hey, you have to do this and I have to do that. It's like, no, we're we're two people together towards one common goal, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I view, our business, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, I love it. To me, I don't understand how couples can't work together because it's like, okay, well, what's our goals in life? Our goal is to become financially independent and leave a legacy for generations after us. And if we can work on it together and leverage each other's strengths, we're for sure gonna get there.
Yeah.
And but it is a work in progress. It's hard in the beginning because you're trying to figure out who's good at what. We know each other's strengths on a personal level, but then on a business level, what are each other's strengths? But then once you learn those strengths, then you I allow Andrew to lead in areas that I know I'm not good at, and he allows me to lead in areas that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
And we've spent a lot of money getting coaching, getting mentoring on who should do what and why based on personalities and the way we've been conditioned and but it's always nice to just leverage each other and fall back on each other. He understands, if I'm frustrated and pissed off and angry and whatever.
She's never like that.
It's nice to be able to talk to him and he can help snap me out of it.
Yeah.
Versus me complaining about my job that he doesn't understand at all. Well, just tell your boss something. It's I can't just do that, right? I mean, we don't have bosses, but it's good to just help each other get through the downs, and then the ups are fun because it's we did this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
No, absolutely. It's always perfect. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, you have your days too, just being real. It's there's ups and downs, but at the same time, I think the biggest thing, it's we always look at the big vision, where we're going, right? But at the same time, it's the beauty of it too. It's we get to control our time. We get to control our schedule. If we want to go on vacation or we want to take a day off or whatever it is, we have the ability, to do that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
And what I find too is a lot of times when couples are fighting together in business, it's usually because it's one person telling the other one what to do because that person wants a specific job done. But then it's but if he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. So then in that situation, it might be better to hire an assistant to get you to help you with that.
And you guys probably see it all because you're doing consultations with husband and
Oh,
wife.
yeah.
Correct.
And it's they're not working, but they're working together on their finances with
Correct.
you. So you probably see a lot of bickering that goes on about decisions that they need to make and things like that. But you guys have been together 10 years, or been working together for probably longer together.
Oh,
but, working together for 10 years. So you guys have figured out all the the nuances of your business and things like that. And,
it's been good.
I'm glad things are working out.
Absolutely. Thanks.
But you mentioned something about coaching, and I wanted to kind of get into that. In your field, is it important to have a coach or a mentor, or can you wing it, I guess you could say?
I mean, you can if you want, but why? If someone's willing to teach you, why not learn?
Right.
But because there's a lot of coaches I'm not in your field, but there's a lot of coaches in other fields that honestly, they kind of just waste people's time and money. So, I mean, how do I know if you're the right coach or this person that I'm working with? I know there's a lot of famous guys that are in your field that are now on social media and YouTube, and they're big guys. There's no way I'm going to get this guy's attention. Or if I do get his attention, he's going to want a crazy amount of money that I can't even afford. So how do I find a mentor or a coach or somebody to kind of guide me along the way that's not going to break my arm and leg before I even make $1? I'm literally taking out of my piggy bank to pay this guy to show me what to do. And then there's also a lot of they call them fake gurus that sell crap online, basically PDFs or whatever this crap is that they're selling that you have to read. So I guess, how did you find your mentor or person that you're working with, and do you recommend it in your field?
Well, I think with us, it's a little bit different because the people who coached us are in our business.
Mm-hmm. They're literally in your...
They're literally in our business. And so we have different people coaching us. And they all have different years of experience. And so we know, go to certain people for certain things. Or, we need help more strategic planning. Okay, go to this person. And then... if we can't figure it out, we're like, okay, call our pastors. But we have hired outside business coaches. And when we did, we just, we were just at this place in our business and in our life where like we knew we were working hard, we knew we were doing the right work, but we just didn't see the results. Like we were getting results, but it wasn't the right results.
Correct.
And I was just so frustrated, and I'm like, I just know it's like us. Like we aren't the people we need to be to get the results we want to get us to where we want to be. And so literally I was like, we have to like figure out how to change ourselves. We have to do a full-on transformation of who we are. And we went to this event, and there was this auction for this one gentleman, and
Auctioning off a guy.
Huh?
There's an auction for a dude.
to get coaching from
coaching.
him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, to get
Yeah,
coaching
yeah.
from
Yeah.
him. And but the people we admired said, "Hey, we got coaching from him. He really helped us." And so I was like, I don't care how much it costs. We need to win that auction, because we were just so desperate.
Wow.
And then
This is recently?
this was like
No, this was like
When you
probably
were
back in
first starting-
2017.
When you were okay.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not
Yeah.
too long ago. And then we did, and we just took that leap of faith, because we're like, the people we look up to, the people we admire, they coached with him and they helped them. We want their life, so we're going to do the things that they're doing.
Correct.
Yeah, that same thing you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked out for you guys. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how you
And
guys
it
did
literally shifted our entire business.
Yeah, within 12 months.
Yeah.
What shifted it though? What do you think? Just the mindset?
mindset.
Our
Sounds
mindset.
like you do a lot of self-reflecting. I could already just
Yeah.
tell from
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
You do, which is good.
Yeah.
I probably need to do more of it, but you, so that's kind of what helped you. Can you say, I guess, what specific, just mindset, or was there more than that?
No, literally our mindset shifted, and then by the next year, our business grew almost like 500%, like literally within 1 year. So we just like
Great return.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was definitely worth it. And we just realized like what we were doing, because like, we were working hard, but we weren't working smart, right?
Uh-huh.
So I always like, you always hear that analogy is work smarter, not harder, right? So then we just weren't aware of like, what we were doing. So then we got like, the awareness, and then started making like different, choices, and everything shifted. So it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
No, that's good. So you got an auction coach. The coach changed your mindset, grew 500%. And obviously, I'm in the real estate business. 500% return on real estate or on any asset or whatever.
On anything.
That's crazy. No, you can make the most money in business in terms of ROI. So it's good that you
Yeah.
guys. So you guys invested in yourself
Oh, yeah.
to see that return. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we've spent like thousands of dollars investing in ourselves.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and I know
tell you
you-
tens
yeah.
of thousands of dollars. Yeah. No, but it like you have to. I feel like in life, like you have to invest in yourself. Your biggest ROI, right? So
100%.
if you do that, then you're literally like, and you apply like what you got, then everything
Yeah.
will shift.
It's
you
just
know?
the relationships that you guys have built
Correct.
with this person that coached you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I think that's one of
For
the most
sure.
important things in
Oh,
any
yeah.
business.
100%.
I was telling Andrew, I'm like, the best investment anyone can ever make, like the best, like the number one, no matter if you're here in the US or in a different country or where you are at in your life, whether you're young, whether you're old, whatever, the best investment is yourself,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you are the one person you can control.
100%.
So even fitness with Britt. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'll work.
No, I
Exactly.
know.
investing in
Exactly.
yourself.
Exactly.
Investing in that body that you're only going to have
Yeah.
once, but investing in your mind too, and your
Yeah.
business and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I guess so that was the coaching part. You got mentored and all that. Now you guys are doing well, or 500% better than you were, and now you guys you're talking about a big team. Let's talk about the team a little bit.
Okay.
How the hell did you guys get 100 people, first of all? But, kind of where did it start and where it's at now? And how did you guys grow it?
Yeah. No, I mean, in the beginning, we were like just getting our feet wet. We didn't really know what to do, because in our industry too, you could, work for yourself, but at the same time, it's like working for yourself, you're self-employed, right? So you literally have to keep working and grinding. So then we realized, okay, if we want to be in the business owner quadrant, right? So what we realized is, okay, we have the ability to build an agency, in our firm as well too. So we started building an agency, And in the beginning, we were like, started growing our team, but we weren't talking to the right people, right? So then we were like, oh,
No, yeah.
yeah. So,
That's funny.
but
you want to get it? What did you mean by that?
No, just because, like, literally we were
Who are
talking
you
to,
guys
like,
talking to?
18-year-olds trying to,
Yeah.
like, yeah, come on, you can totally do this. And it just was not.
right.
So then how did you shift? Who's the right person to talk to? Was it from this coach that?
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
then once we started coaching, he told us, like, and we realized, okay, like, oh, so we just got to shift, right? So he changed our, mindset, and then we started, like, growing, and then that's what I was saying, within a year, like, everything completely shifted. But now it's like, just talking to people, because a lot of people in life now, I feel like they're working, but at the same time, they're not really enjoying, life, right? It's like just the grind, like the rat race. It's like you're going into work Monday through Friday. They can't wait till Saturday comes. And then, Sunday, they're like, oh my God, I already get ready again, for Monday and the whole week. So we work with a lot of people. There's like nurses, doctors, teachers, attorneys, hairstylists, engineers, like all these different people, and some of them make great income, but at the same time, they're just like not fulfilled, right? They're not fulfilled inside. They want something more. And like I was mentioning earlier, with like just the economy, is people want more in life, right? And what do we do when we sit down with people? It's like, we give them an opportunity and we give them hope, for their future, because it's like, yeah, I'm going to work, but yeah, you go to work to pay bills, and I don't really have, anything left.
I know, I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, what's the point of this? Go work, go home. Go work,
Exactly.
Go home. I know, yeah, no, so then how did you get from, so that's what you started to do. You, started talking to the right people.
Yeah.
And you guys, are you at 100 people or 100 people under your agency?
Yeah, we have over 100 agents, so 105 licensed agents, on our team. So.
And so you guys hold, I assume you guys hold, large team meetings, and so you guys are kind of coaches or mentors at this point, basically, for some of these people.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to pay the tens of thousands of dollars because they're kind of under your brokerage, basically, and you kind of, I'm sure, that's kind of how it works.
So we teach like them how to become like, brokers, and have their agency.
The next Brittany Farag.
There you go. Yeah.
No, that's cool. One topic, I hate to go back to it a little bit, but a little bit about kind of, I guess, the Middle Eastern culture and you kind of becoming an entrepreneur or a business person. I know because I come from obviously that same background, and I don't know if you did you ever have a conversation with, like, I don't know how your parents like pushed you and all that, because you're an engineer and you probably work, you worked not your whole life, but you got a degree and all that, and you sit down with mom or dad or whoever and you're like, hey, I'm not going to be an engineer. I'm going to be self-employed. Wait, well, you're not going to get a check. There's a big mistake. I just want to hear it.
No, in the beginning, they were like so against it.
Tell me about this. Like, do you have a story? Do you have like where you sat down and you talked to them and told them, or was it kind of just over time?
Okay, so like I was working as an engineer, then I worked at a small firm in Gardena. I worked for the city of Manhattan Beach for a few years, and then I just realized I just didn't want to do it anymore. I just wasn't fulfilled inside, and I always knew I wanted to start a business. Like, going from garage sales, I would work I would work at the swap meet in high school, and I would then during college I was selling shoes on eBay. I would go to the warehouse, buy shoes, and with my dad and sell them on eBay. So I always had that entrepreneurial spirit, but at the same time it's like my parents were like, hey, you got to go to school, right? So I went down that route. And then I realized, okay, I want to do something different. But I didn't tell my parents at first. Then I was like, hey, I'm starting this business. And they were like, they're like, what do you mean? You're going to leave engineering? Business? They're like, you got to go back to school and, get your master's and all this stuff. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So in the beginning, they were so against it. Yeah. But then I was I thought about it. I was like, Dad, you had a business, right? I was like, what do you mean? But I think as they just want, they weren't saying it because they were trying to piss me off or anything like that. I think it's just they cared, about me so much, and I think it's just the culture too. It's 100%. No, you have to go to school and you have to get a degree and you have to work. And I'm like, yeah, but here in America, I'm I feel
There's
You
so
should.
much opportunity.
Yeah, there's so
here.
many more opportunities.
Yeah.
And then
You
now
don't have to have a basic job, basically.
Yeah.
and then like, we were able to, like, help them out, financially, and
that's wonderful.
now they're, they're grateful, and they're like, hey, like, we believe
Traveling
in you
all the time, like,
and now I'm like, oh yeah, of course,
That's
but
cool.
I feel like you just have to, like, work hard and prove yourself, become successful, and now they're grateful, now they're grateful, like
They've
Brittany
completely
said, we're
shifted their
traveling.
mindset.
Yeah, exactly, so now it's like, it's pretty cool, it's pretty awesome, and they're
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that your parents kind of turned around and turned back on you. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. And then before that, we were talking about teams and things like that. So one of the last things I want to talk about with you guys is how I know you guys built the team, but some success stories, because I know a lot of people are pretty much afraid to take that plunge and get into anything that is commission based.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked a little bit about your sister, but the big story that I was like watching on your social media was the nurse that blew up and all that. And I know you guys post all the time about these large checks, and if you guys don't follow them, there's a lot of large checks going on here. So we want to hear about some success stories, and especially the nurse, because nursing is very labor intensive. And it's a tough, like we talked about, ton of hours, and it's labor. It's skilled labor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about this nurse, and maybe
Yeah.
another story maybe
Yeah.
that might
So-
resonate with the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually a nursing couple, well, ex-nursing couple, because they're both retired from nursing. But it's a husband and wife. They got started, they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The husband, his name is Jason, the wife is Susie. He just became a nurse because he's Filipino, and he's like, my parents said I had to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Similar.
And so, but then
Very-
Susie,
very big in the Filipino
it's
community,
funny because
yes.
Susie's like, no, I want to do it. It's very, like, my parents did it. I want to continue the legacy. So very noble.
Yeah.
And they both got started in the business, and Jason's like, I want to quit. Like, day one, we're like,
Yeah.
you can't quit the business. You can't quit your job. You have to, like, learn the skill set. You have to learn how to make money so you can replace your income.
Right.
So then when you go full time, you're not trying to sit down with someone and sell them because you have to pay your rent. Like, you're sitting down with them because you know it's the right thing for them.
Right.
And so we were coaching both Jason and Susie, and they were both learning the business. And then something happened in Susie, and she's like, I want to do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided as a couple, okay, Susie, you become the face of the business. You sit down with clients. You do the sitting down and helping families and da-da-da. Jason, he's going to be helping on the back end and, helping our teammates and, whatever you need, babe, I got you. And so they did that, and then they started to make really good money. And so she decided to leave nursing and just do our business full time. And she was like, I don't know, 20.
She's in
Eight.
her
29.
She's
Well,
before
yeah, she's a
30.
little bit
well, now
older
they're
now.
a little
Yeah.
bit older.
They said they're retired.
Huh?
Yeah, they're done nursing. Like they've
They
but
both
they're
retired
in their
nursing before
20s.
30. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
And then she went full time, and it's it's not too much of a difference when you go full time. It's just like, okay, now that you have the full day, now
You're
you
just
got to be
focusing, yeah.
disciplined.
Correct.
Yeah.
So then she did that, and then it got to a point where her husband working his job as a nurse was costing them money in business.
Because
So-
he's making less than he can make.
Correct.
With
Exactly.
in the
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, it's costing us money for me to work at my job. I need to go full time. And so they put a plan together, and then he went full time in business, and now they're both full time and literally growing their business from coast to coast, and they'll cross
Wow.
over, pretty good income this year, and
Awesome.
yeah, and it's
What's
just
the
really
barrier
cool.
to entry to this type of job? Like what kind of degrees do you have to have, or what kind of
No.
licenses?
No
or-
degree.
No degree. We help our associates get licensed.
Yeah.
We don't care what someone's background is, but what we do care about is, do they have integrity? Are they trustworthy people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Because
biggest thing.
we can teach anyone about money and finance. I can't teach them how to be a good person.
Right.
Correct.
Those are the most important qualities for us.
Yeah, and you mentioned doing the right thing, like not paying, like you're not forcing somebody into a product.
Right.
Yeah, we call that, it's like steering basically.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys have, I'm sure you have the same type of terms. steering them into a product that you'll make more money on
Yeah.
because you're behind 3 car payments.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So that's the nurse, and now they're
Yeah.
probably, I would assume, in their early 30s.
Yeah.
They're
Mm-hmm.
retired.
Yep.
Now, do you like? I almost joined a financial services business before I got into mortgage, and this guy told me, he put me like in a room, and he's like, pretty much he just told me to call everybody. I didn't know anything, and he's telling me to like call everybody I know and like just pitch him. I'm like, what do I'm sorry, like what do I do? Pitch him on what exactly? Moving their money with me? I know nothing. I'm 22 years old. Like, who am I gonna call? Like,
Right.
I just got out of college. So literally, like again,
Yeah.
I quit like within like 3 days because I'm driving, and I ended up having to drive an hour to his office every day just to sit in a room and call people off my own phone, and then he had like gave me this like pretty much this like list of people, that's random people to call. I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go. It was very discouraging because I didn't have any coaching and things like that. But what do you have your mentees or your associates? What do you have them do when they're first starting out? What do you suggest that they do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we always tell people, here's the thing: your friends, your family, people that you're closest to, they're not gonna do business with you. Like they won't. Like let me go to my mom and dad. Hey, I just taught my workout class, but let me move your money. Let me move your hundreds of thousands of dollars in retirement. Like they're not gonna listen at all. Like they're gonna be like, good luck.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So that's your warm market. Okay. Here's what we say. In the beginning, let's sit down with your warm market. Why? They're not going to listen to you anyways. Instead, sit down with them so you can get trained up and then they can help you market your business. Because the goal isn't to stay in your warm market. It's to get out into the unknown market. Why the unknown market? Unlimited clients, unlimited talent. There's more people we don't know than we do know.
100%.
But if we just call those random lists of people like, hey, can I talk to you about your money? Hey, can I talk? They're going to be like, who the heck are you? No way.
And that's literally what I was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Exactly.
But
and they're
if,
like, call me back.
yeah, like, no thanks. But if you say, hey, let me sit down with you, help me out with my training, there's, okay, I care about you, I love you, of course, I'll sit down with you.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people are going to be like, this is awesome, I didn't know any of this, oh my gosh, like, so cool. Now, let's say you sit down with Aunt Mary. Aunt Mary goes to work the next day, hears someone talking about money. Oh, go sit down with my niece. Go sit down with my nephew. Right. Now we're going from your known market, which is your warm market, who loves you and cares about you. Now you're getting into the unknown market through your known market, through your warm market.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And now you have endless referral sources. And now all the people that are getting sent over to you are doing it because, are listening and sitting down with you because so-and-so referred.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. So that's why it's like we're very systematized. We're not just going to have somebody come in and just like they don't know what to do, because a lot of people come from, completely different, field, right? So that's why we have like a system and we coach them and hold their hand every single step of the way. We're not just going to like, give them like a binder like, hey, start calling all these people or anything like that. Yeah.
That's horrible.
So it's like, yeah, I'm sure I would have done the same. I would not have had the best experience, but yeah, so that's why we hold their hands, every single step of the way until they're confident and competent enough to go out, and do everything, on their own. But yeah, so many and that's the thing. It's like your own, like Brittany said, you're just limited to the amount of people that you know. But the people that you don't know, there's so many people out there, trying to like look things up online or figure out like, what to do. So, but at the same time, like, the more people, they could reach out to, like they're marketing themselves, to broaden their business. So. No,
I feel you on that. That's the same thing with my business. The more people, I'm trying to get the people I don't know to know who I am.
Correct.
Exactly.
But going back, that nurse story, is that a typical story basically, or are they like extraordinary, or are they kind of?
I mean, they are extraordinary people.
I get it, but
but their story, that's a typical story.
Really, huh?
Yeah,
and how long did you say they took to kind of pretty much quit their day jobs?
I don't even.
It was like a few years.
Yeah.
It wasn't long.
Like.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, couple years, but.
Yeah.
It's like the wife was like happy nursing, but then what shifted it for her? Actually, what shifted it was the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
She worked in the ICU. She had received the first COVID patient in the county of LA and overworked and fell asleep at the wheel a couple times and realized, hey, this is a wake-up call. I can't do this forever.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's still in her 20s even.
And she's
realized.
still in her
Right.
20s.
Yeah.
She's super young.
But yeah, I mean, it's a very typical story. There's
Yeah.
a lot of success stories in our company. Why? Well, we have coaches and mentors who guide us. It's not like, here, go figure it out. We
Right.
literally guide our associates and we help them and we're like, hey, let's work on your mindset. Let's work on your skill set. Let's help you get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because in the financial industry too, it's like, the thing is, it's the highest paying industry from coast to coast, over like
is
$7
it?
trillion.
Is it
Yes.
now? Okay.
Yeah, because there's $1 billion moving every single day. There's over $1 billion.
You're right.
So
actually.
whenever money moves, then
Yeah,
somebody gets
somebody's
paid.
getting paid when money's
Right.
moving, yeah.
So that's why, like, it's people need the help. Like, and
But
that's
you
why
guys are
when
dealing
people,
with retirements. You're not talking about stocks and like active trading. You're talking about retirements, right? Essentially.
yeah, well,
401ks, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. So, and all the baby boomers now, they're entering, retirement. So now they don't, like, they've had their money at their jobs. Now they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
So that's why, like, we can help them, educate them. And then it's like with the state of the economy, people are getting laid off. Like, there's just so many things happening, around us now. So it's only getting better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and I don't know if you want to say anything on that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, anyway, we covered a lot. I think I covered pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. And I appreciate you guys coming in. Is there anything else that maybe I haven't covered that we want to talk about and kind of end it on that note? Well, one we already talked about. I think I already mentioned, but who is the typical person that you would want? You said you have attorneys, like you have attorneys and you have nurses and you have all kinds of people joining your business. Well, I guess if anybody's looking to enter the financial services business, Andrew and Brittany, you guys are in Long Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And you guys are in the office every day, training people, helping people out, making sure that they, take steps forward in their careers. And again, I appreciate you guys coming on. If you guys have anything else. Or where do people find you guys if they wanted to reach out? I know, again, you don't do the email thing, so.
Instagram.
Where do people find you, Andrew and Brittany?
Yeah, probably Instagram. And Brittany's on active, like, on Instagram, so.
Oh, you know what? The last thing I want to talk about really quick was you guys just had the vacation you guys just took. Was that with the team, or was that a personal trip?
Which one?
You guys were in
Hawaii?
like Bali or something? Where were you?
Hawaii?
No, we were.
Was it Hawaii? Where was it? Some tropical.
Traveled so much this year.
I know.
What was that?
I'm like,
Yeah, Hawaii. We went
Hawaii.
to Hawaii
Do you
with
guys
the
do
company.
like annual?
The company, yeah.
Yeah,
We go on
company
an annual
trips.
company
That was the
trip.
one I think I saw. Where were you guys at?
in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So
Yeah.
how do I get on that company trip? That looked like a cool trip.
It
That
was
the last
definitely
thing-
a lot of
Yeah, that
fun.
was the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
guys do like a company
Yeah. We do a
trip.
company
Yeah,
trip
how
once
would
a year.
how would people get on that trip? I
Yeah.
guess like would you have to be like the top something or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be in the top of the company.
Top of the
but we
And this is all this is covered or.
Covered,
Totally
yeah.
covered.
Company
Everything is
pays
covered.
for everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys
So
go?
fun.
You guys went to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii
For how long?
for a
A
week.
week?
Yeah.
About a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the whole team. Hey man, that sounds like a lot of fun. A company
Oh,
so
yeah.
top like 10 or something. 10 out of what? Or 10 or
no.
12 out of what or.
No, it's the top, pretty much 370 agents.
370 people go on this trip?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's.
That's a ton
yeah.
of people.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, but it's
That's a lot.
fun.
I thought it was like 10 or something.
No.
I mean, there's like a group
307
of people we hang out
Yeah.
with when we're there. but-
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. That's
There's
a lot of people. So you guys literally
people.
filled up the whole hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, well, was there training there too and stuff like
No.
that? Or-
No.
It's just all fun?
It's
Yeah.
fun.
That's
Literally
fun.
fun. It's cool because then, like, couples get to bring spouses and the kids, and it's
Right.
just
Bring your whole
everyone's
family.
This is
hanging
all
out.
covered too?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of
Congratulations. You just
fun.
gotta
Yeah.
be at the top
I
of the
know.
370. Do you know how many agents are in your firm?
There's over 70,000.
70,000 agents.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, guys, like I said,
Yay.
that sounds like a great trip. Yeah, if something happens to this business, I told you I'm calling you first. So,
All right.
because with all the rules and regulations here, who knows what the hell is going to happen. We just had a NAR lawsuit we talked about on my last podcast. So anyway,
Yeah,
regulations
I
are
love that.
changing in our business where they're not allowing people to make money. That's real estate, but it affects my business because all I work
Yeah.
with is real estate agents.
Crazy.
But anyway, guys, again, thank you guys for coming on. You guys can catch them. What's your Instagram handle?
One Andrew Farag.
One Andrew Farag and
Brittany Farag.
Brittany Farag on Instagram. And again, thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time. Peace out.
Thanks, guys.